Packages and containers for goods. Part 2.
Packages and parcels.
A parcel is a logistical unit used to group products or containers together to make them easier to handle, store, and transport, typically moved by forklift in large units. In contrast, a package is the material that directly covers and protects the individual product. While the package's core function is to protect the product's physical and chemical characteristics, it also serves as a critical marketing tool. Through design, companies add value by enhancing attributes like practicality, ergonomics, and security. Finally, a current trend toward sustainability, noting that companies are choosing environmentally friendly packaging both to meet consumer expectations and to fulfill environmental responsibility.
Several materials are used depending on the requirements: paper, corrugated cardboard, vegetable fiber, wood, plastic, glass, and metal. The elements that determine which material to select for packages and parcels are: type of product, product value, mode of transportation, destination port, weather conditions, freight tariffs, material costs, client requirements, regulations, sustainability.
Labeling is another important element in the export packaging system. A label is an element attached to each product that contains information describing it. Some examples are content labels, handling and usage labels, and origin and destination labels, Ayala, 2023. There are some export labeling rules that are among the main non-tariff regulations applied to merchandise, especially if they are intended for sale to the end consumer. These regulations establish which product characteristics must be clearly stated on the label attached. To make a label, the exporter must understand the specific rules that the destination market establishes for the product to be sold. In general, the following information should be included: product trade name, name and address of the producer, exporter, importer, or distributor, country of origin, net weight, gross weight, volume, etc., usage and storage instructions, production and expiry dates and batch number. Warnings. The parcel and product label used must also have certain identifying information in a legible, indelible, and visible manner, including the following: exporting country, producer's name and complete information, exporter, importer, and distributor, product characteristics and handling instructions. Overall, we can say that labels should be accurate and provide valuable information, as they tell everything about the product.
Cubic capacity.
Some products are more intense in terms of weight and others are in volume. Because of the weight and proportion restrictions containers and trailers have, it is necessary to efficiently manage the placement of the product so that the space and weight available are used effectively. In merchandise transportation, there are products that are more voluminous but have a relatively low weight, which makes them volume intensive. On the other hand, there are products with a weight heavier than the level of volume they occupy, which makes them weight intensive. In both cases, the logistics manager and shipment supervisor must consider the maximum capacity of the containers to use in terms of volume and weight. For this purpose, we use the term cubic capacity or physical distribution of merchandise. Once the merchandise has been prepared for issuing, the product must be allocated in the most optimal way by means of the parcels used and the cushioning of the available space so that it is fully employed, thus obtaining the maximum benefit from the freight, and reducing unit costs per shipment. Cubic capacity is used to try and carry the largest possible amount of cargo, respecting technological restrictions, weight-volume comparison, and established regulations. It also allows merchandise risks to be decreased and helps guarantee the profitability of investments. Appropriate cubic capacity calculations ensure that merchandise will not lose quality during the trip. Therefore, it is fundamental to determine the quantity and the place products will occupy inside a container, optimizing space and reducing shipment costs. Cubic capacity is nothing more than the dimensional analysis of a container's capacity, as well as the planning of the positions the boxes or parcels of a product will be in, allowing the entrance of the highest possible number of allocated units without compromising the physical integrity of the products, avoiding placement neglect.